Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the underground. What croakings of doom have I today? Let me tell you something. It's been a hell of a day already. I know I'm a day late. I'm sorry, but I'm in hell. I feel like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. I just went to get a simple oil change. That's all I did. I couldn't start my car after. I mean, my mechanic said I needed a new battery, but he didn't say today, and I didn't. It was my fob. We thought it was the battery. He actually drove to the store and got me a new battery. It wasn't that. It was the fob itself. I had one at home, but he's like, you can come back here. I'll put it in for you. I was like, no, because I was already running late. So I did it myself. You watch the YouTube videos. It's simple. You just crack it open with a simple screwdriver. I was bleeding. Yeah, I stabbed myself. So I went to see Nikki Glaser. Just let me tell you about my lovely weekend. I have to have some fun in my life. That's all I'm doing is working, going to different cities. I don't know where the hell I am. Okay. I got the tickets through a third-party app, which was a problem for Connecticut because they couldn't scan my tickets. They were on my phone, and the little QR code was like not fully visible, so they couldn't scan it. And my friend was yelling at me. I was feeling abused. We went to the box office, which was a few steps away. The lady was yelling at me. She's like, you didn't go through the Bushnell? And I was like, no, you guys, I think they were sold out or something. I don't know what happened. Stop yelling at me. They were like Nazis over there. We finally got in. And, oh, wow. She's skinny. My friend's real, and I'm not. But that's okay. But the seat, I had like this much between my knees and the seat up to me, like in front of me. Oh, not very comfortable. It was horribly, it was like we were like chickens. You know how you can't move when you're about to be slaughtered? That's what we were like. And, I was talking to the girl next to me. She seemed nice and everything. By the first or second comedian, because they had Nikki had two warm-up comedians. She was out. Like when I mean out. Passed out. Too much drinking. And then they're holding up signs, the security saying, don't make me come after you. No phones, no video. The lady goes to me, ma'am, you got to put away your phone. I said, ma'am, I can't reach in my pocket. There's literally no room. She laughed and walked away. I was like, are you kidding me? But Nikki Glaser, hysterical. She was picking on Hartford so bad. Hartford's not known as really like a safe city. And she was saying, I left my tour bus running. She was hysterical. And let me just see. What else? She was talking about her dog. Actually, this is a real story. Her dog was missing. And she's like, yeah, I'm trying to just do the show. And that's how professional she is. I would be well, maybe if Stevie went missing, I'd be like, oh, well, happy trails. But actually, during the show, somebody like yelled off stage that they found the dog. And so we're all, yeah, even though we don't know the dog, but it doesn't matter. She goes, I'll never forget you this night. So anything, you know how she does the vaginal dryness routine? Because she's 40. Okay, wait, I'm almost 60. Wait till you get to my age. Not that I'm, hey, I'm not gonna, I don't even have sex. How do I know if there's vaginal? But my friends tell me like if they don't have sex all the time, it's like death. So like knives. So yeah, either you be a slut or you deal with nothing down there, no activity. Also, she was talking about like how the vajige is so bad it sinks, which I don't. Do people inspect their vaginas? I mean, mine seems okay. But she was talking about it. A message to the king. She said it was scrolls like rolling to the floor. Oh, men were disgusted. I gotta tell you, men were cringing like all around me. It was so funny. And then she said she was glad she never had kids because what if one of them was stupid? I gotta tell you, so funny. Okay, TRIXXI'S this week in the Midwest. A Missouri man, this is from the Mirror. A Missouri man tried to have sex with a train seat for 10 minutes. He lasted 10 minutes? That's okay. That's not bad. But, yeah. And this is the second time. Okay, really? Maybe try another seat or somewhere else? Your car seat where you can't be seen? What is wrong with these people? Okay. So crypto schemes. Let's go here. So Trump supporters lost $2 billion after they bought his meme coin. So he made out, of course. He's getting richer all the time. A few people made some money. The price crashed. It's like the movie Boiler Room. Did you ever see the movie? Go watch it. It's the same thing. 700,000 people cashed out in time. Okay, but totaling $6.6 billion. Wow, but only 31 investors got that money. Isn't that amazing? So out of 699 million, others made a small profit. Okay, his family made almost 100 million. Him and his family. He is smart. He's like Bernie Madoff. He's really good at it. They were selling for $15. They were selling for $75. He's so good at scamming people. And I meet these supporters all the time, every time, and they yell like, I don't know. This is what they say. I don't know what kind of news you're watching. And I'm like, well, I don't know how you're like this. Your eyes are glazed over. What do you want me to say? I can't talk like that, though. You know, it's because you know what it is? I'm not as angry as they are. That's the thing. Okay. Meanwhile, back at Tesla, they recalled 380,000 Teslas in the United States over power steering assist issues. Yeah, I don't trust these cars. I don't trust them. They recalled 240,000 vehicles over backup cameras. That was from Kelly Blue Book. CNN had the first one, 380,000 Teslas over power steering. Recalled 2 million vehicles to receive software updates. That's not a big deal. Autopilot was not sufficient. That was USA Today. Recalled 1.8 million vehicles over unlatched hoods. Okay, that kind of scares me. I'm driving around. Oops, the hood comes up. That's like billionaire botched, you know? No, I don't want a Tesla. I don't know. I don't even know if I want my car after what just happened this morning. My sister she knows I'm in love with Gavin Newsome. So she was saying he's got a new podcast and he's swinging to the right. I said this, didn't I say this? You guys go back and watch my earlier podcast. He's got to swing like Bill Clinton did. We got to get out of this mess. And Gavin's hot. I mean, he's going to get the female vote and he's smart. He's a politician. He's slick. That's what they call him. Slick. I'm so attracted to him. One of the few men. But anyway, he said the creative inspiration was Bill Maher. Bill Maher's taking a lap dance there. I love Bill Maher. Bill Maher's like me. Like, I'll tell you, like, the left, if they're crazed out of their minds, because that makes you trust the person. You can't be like a Trump supporter where you're just everything he does. If he killed your mother, you'd be okay with it. You can't be like that. You got to say it when it's okay. So, yeah, Gavin likes him because he takes shots at both parties. He said no men should be in female sports. So what about females in male sports? That's Bruce Jenner. And they'll say, no, he was a guy back then. No, he was never a man. He was always a woman. He just didn't come out and change. But see, that's the thing, you guys. Watch it. Just watch it. And you know what? I don't care about this issue anyway. How many people are doing this? Not many. Doesn't affect my life. I don't care. I know it affects some people's, and I feel bad for you, but that's not the first thing that when I wake up in the morning, I think about different sexes, the transsexuals. I don't think about it. I'm sorry. I know I watched the Oscars after it was last week, and I could only talk about Ariana Grande, but Adrian Brody for Best Actor, he threw his gum out of his mouth to his wife. Very weird. I don't think I would have done that. Maybe get a piece of paper or something, why would he throw it at his wife? That seems so disgusting. And she tried to catch it, which is even more weird. Of course, he was talking forever. Honora, which I don't even know what that movie was, won Best Picture. They really spread it out. Erica Jane's song, Drip, was in it. So she was pretty happy about that. Ariana Grande had a design on the back of her ruby red dress, like it looked like a slipper. She's so cool. I'm still upset that Demi Moore didn't get it. What are you going to do? Did you see what she looked like in that movie? Awful. Jon Stewart accepted Elon Musk's challenge to come on his show, but then Elon backed out. See, these people, he's kind of like Trump. He reminds me of Trump a little bit. They're two peas in a pod. He's backed out like a big old wussy pussy, as Lisa Vanderpump would say. Okay. On the show, What Would You Do with John Quinones? They had rock climbing, and there was like, he put a big fat girl in there so her friend could abuse the fat girl. And they were saying, oh my God. They had an overweight girl and then a skinny bitch friend who was loudly criticizing the fat friend, saying she's going to plummet to her death. I mean, just watching these things, it's not funny, but like you see, if I saw someone like really abusing someone like that over there, first of all, I know what it's like now. I went from skinny to huge in it seemed like a short amount of time. I don't know what's going on. I just can't stop eating. So I quit chocolate, not for Lent. I'm just stopping because I'm just seeing if the waist gets slimmer. I don't know. That seal that was wandering the streets of New Haven, Connecticut, died. Guess what? He had little plastics in he had a twisted intestine or something, and they found little bits of plastic. We're killing him. Show that to Trump. They did like a necropsy. What do you call them? I call them autopsies, but they're not. Necropsy or something. They did it on him, and they found the plastic. Do you know what it takes? I think for 1 jug of like Tide, it takes 450 years for it to disintegrate in a landfill or something. What the hell is wrong? And I use those. You can't call me clean energy. I'm not extremely liberal. Plus I use the word hooker instead of sex worker. I'm terrible. Every time Trump mentions tariffs, the stocks drop. I think he's just playing around with us. You know, every time 400 points. I don't know where he's at now because he could change today. So he stopped the tariffs for now and he's going to hold it till April. I don't know. Out of his mind. Changes his mind more than a woman. Trump's counselor, Alina Habba, I call her Alibaba, on cuts impacting jobs that veterans have. She says, perhaps they're not fit to have a job at this moment. Are you kidding me or what? Are not willing to come to work. Perhaps she's not fit to be a human being, as Trixie says. No, you're not. Fareed Zakaria last week was on Bill Maher and said Zelensky should have studied Trump and said, you're a genius. We're going to give you the highest honor. You know, put a medal around his neck and he would have got Trump. I mean, see, Putin knows how to play it. So now Zelensky's saying, yeah, I'm going to sign this agreement, and you just got to know how to play this guy. He's not so hard. You know, that guy at the State of the Union, the guy with the cane, I forget his name, the guy that got thrown out, talking about you don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. Well, they're doing it. I mean, I think they already voted to do it. I mean, really, it's unbelievable. So Trump is going to cut Medicaid. It's going to cost more money for healthcare, obviously, when he cuts the funding for health exchanges. That's what I'm on, Obamacare. And prices are going to soar, just like everything else. Do you know, I looked up a bar of soap that I use, and it's $20 because it's goat's milk. I mean, really, unbelievable. It's so disgusting. Bill Maher said Dems need to find their Trump. And he says it's John Fetterman. I really don't think so. T-shirts and shorts, I don't think so. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with that. He says Bill Maher has something in... Bill Maher says Trump and him have something in common. They both have brain damage. Yeah, when I asked Anna Navarro when I met her, who's the next star, she said John Fetterman. And she asked me, who do I think? And I said, well, I like Gavin, but forget it. He's too far left. I don't want to talk about this. It's talking about state TV and how they said they're on the same page as Russia, which is frightening to me. Let's not talk. I'm sick of talking about him anyway. Let's go to something fun. Forbes.com. Contributor Mark Travers, the 90-10 rule of relationship conflict. 10% of fights stem from the immediate problem. So you know you guys got good communication. The other 90% are driven by deeper emotions, okay? Unmet needs, unspoken fears, and then like past hurts. An ignored conversation might bring up past when you're feeling invisible, okay? Insecurities that need addressing. So like say if someone doesn't answer your text or something, you're feeling invisible, you know? When someone says you don't listen to me, it means I'm not heard or I'm not important. Or you never plan a date night. It means you're not feeling pursued. Yeah, you got to keep that chase going, you know? When someone says you're always on the phone when we're together, that is so rude. I had a friend like that. I was like, and I talked to her about it, and she's like, And she was better about it, but I'm like, you're boring. You're boring me to death. It means you're not valued. Of course, everybody wants to feel like they're seen in the room. And yeah, I know, because I went away a couple weeks ago. I don't even know what day it was, because I don't know one day to the next. And all these guys I was with at the breakfast table were on their phones. And I said, I will not be ignored, Dan, to them. So basically say what's bothering you, because most people don't, and they just say something else and they lash out. I'm fine. That's what my friend says. Fine. I'm fine, when they're not fine. So how do you resolve the issues? Can we talk about the real reason we're fighting? Who the hell does that shit? If fighting occurs after social situations, you're in a bar, someone's staring at someone with big boobs. You may have anxiety about how your partner sees you. If you argue about chores, yeah, this is for women and men, basically. You're underappreciated. I think guys are starting to do more, though. If you argue over text or phone use, you're feeling like you're being disconnected. Andrew Cuomo's coming back. He's running for mayor, isn't he? Okay. I don't think I should. I don't have enough time to talk about this, but I wanted to talk about... Oh, let me just do it quick. In the Daily Mail, they had Stevie Nicks and Lindsay Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac's relationship. And I know a lot about them, but there's certain things... When they recorded Rumors, of course, they were all on drugs. He demeaned her by saying she needed him. I think we knew this already. To make her song sound halfway decent. That's kind of abusive. She told her mother he had thrown her to the floor when they were arguing. You know what? His ex alleged physical abuse. In the 70s, she always carried a gram of coke in her boot at all times. It's the first thing she thought of in the morning and the last thing when she went to sleep. And Stephen Davis's biography, Stevie claimed in 1987, the couple were arguing in front of the band. Lindsay manhandled her, slapped her in the face, and bent her backwards over the hood of his car. Put his fingers around her neck and started to choke her. Okay, that I didn't know. She said, I thought he was going to kill me. After that, he changed his ways and he just... actually mentally abused her, by saying my songs are better than yours, all this other stuff. And she said this in an MTV interview in 2009. The electric, crazy attraction between Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks never dies, never will die, never will go away. It means that the love is always there, but we'll never be together. So that's even more romantic. It's kind of true, because you'll never get sick of each other that way. He called her lonely. That was fairly recent. And saying that she's alone. Oh, brother. Why don't you just call her an old spinster, for crying out loud? That's pretty terrible. Okay, before we go. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Kathy and Kyle got their mammograms because their mom died of breast cancer. She never got her mammogram for 5 years, and then it was too late. It was stage 3 or 4. The aftermath of seeing Mauricio kiss that young girl, and Kyle thought that she called the paparazzi. And Instagram, she took off wife off it. He already put the agency or something, or CEO. And he took off father. He's still a father. Jeez, man. That's another thing that Nikki Glaser was talking about, that men don't have to be good fathers. That if you feed the cat kitty litter, they'll be like, yay, good job. Kathy wants to call to see who took the photo at the airport, because she's like, yeah, there's ways. Kathy's got a lot of pull. Sutton's fashion show. Kathy got in the way of the models. Unbelievable. She's so, I guess her knees were hurting her. She was limping. She was just shaking hands with everybody. Oh my God. It was so funny. Sheena was there from Do I need to talk about Vanderpump? They're kind of not famous anymore. You don't hear from them anymore. But Ariana was just on Will Trent. I don't watch it. James Kennedy's still doing his stuff. Sandoval kicked off the Traitors. Kyle said Mo texted an apology for the photos. I mean, he doesn't have to. They're separated anyway. I don't know. But Kathy was asking where the hors d'oeuvres were. And Dorit said, where's the strippers? Man, this crew, it's something. Kathy goes to find Sutton to ask if she wants Dorit to narrate the fashion show. Totally oblivious because they hate each other. It's just so funny. So Jax, just before I go, Jax from Vanderpump Rules finally admitted he had a cocaine problem. It's funny because when I was working, I won't even say that. When I was working, this woman said her daughter met all the cast in the first year and they were all doing coke. And I was like, really? And then you go back and watch and he's always like, he can't breathe and he's sniffling and he's getting all these nose jobs okay. And you can kind of tell. And plus, Sandoval said he smells all the time. Cocaine makes you smell bad. Definitely makes your breath smell bad. Drugs, it just doesn't make you look attractive when you do drugs. But he said he's done coke for 20 years. Ugh. He's going to get old. You know what? If I were Brittany, I would not want to get back to him because he's going to look gross. He's already not looking as good as he used to. So he's celebrating 3 months sober. Like, I don't go around saying, hey, I haven't had a drink. I don't even remember when the last time I had a drink. Never went to rehab, anything. Never went to AA. And I don't remember. I think the 90s? I don't remember. I know when the last time I smoked a joint. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? July 4th, 2016. 2016. Almost 9 years? Okay, I'm ready to die. Okay, it's too much. How come time goes by so fast when you're ancient? And when you're young in school, you can't even wait to get out of school at 2:15. Why is it like this when you turn old? I mean, I don't feel 60. I'm not 60 yet. Stop. Okay, what else? Is there anything else I want to talk about? How about one more thing? It's getting kind of late. 8 signs. 7 signs you formed an instant connection with somebody. And I had this happen fairly recently. According to psychology, the conversation flows without effort. Really, immediately when you meet somebody, and it's only happened to me once or twice in my life, you match the pace, the tone, the energy. It's a verbal dance where you're doing the same step. It's like your time flies when you're loving it. Psychologists call it the flow state. Like flow from Progressive. Sorry, just enjoying each other's company. No phones. You mirror each other's body lingo. Psychologists call it the chameleon effect, where you can change into anything. Our brains are wired to create a sense of rapport through imitation. Okay. Number 4, feeling comfortable sharing personal things. Oh, I kind of do that. I do that with someone I meet for 20 minutes and people do that with me. 5, silence, but it's not awkward silence. In radio, we call it dead air. Dead air, not good. And that's why I have to just keep talking. Make eye contact like it's not being forced. Like you just tuned into your favorite radio station. Eye contact builds trust. I've learned that because I was kind of shy not looking at people. You feel like you've known that person for 20 years. I had that fairly recently. All right, you guys. I trapped my cat in the bedroom, so I got to go get her. But thank you for watching, and I hope I got everything right this week because I won't even say what I did wrong. I think I said, and I didn't cut this out. I cut the other terrible thing out, that Zelensky signed the agreement. He did not. So I apologize for being wrong. I'll do better next time. I'll get some more sleep. Bye. Love you.